Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fanside on RaceCanada.world. And this is a huge moment for Graydon and myself. We've got a brand new inductee into the Canadian Motorsport Hall of Fame, two-time NASCAR Pinty Series champion, all-around fun guy. LP Dumoulin is on the show.
How you guys doing?
Welcome, LP.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we'll get right into it. You're one of the newest inductees into the Hall of Fame this year, but of course, you're not close to being done racing, I'm sure. I just kind of like to start off talking about your partnership with WeatherTech and the Belmar Group. They're kind of like DJ and Castrol. You have a pretty long-standing relationship with these guys. Can you talk a little bit about them?
Wow, I mean, I can't thank those guys enough. I mean, they're the reason why I'm here, and then being inducted into the Hall of Fame. That it's all because of my sponsors, WeatherTech and Benmar, and then as well as everybody else that was there before. But it's been 9 years now with WeatherTech and Benmar. I mean, a lot of years with them, and then it's just outstanding that we've been all those years together doing the full-time championship in the Pinty Series, NASCAR Pinties, and I mean, we've been through a lot of great things, and of course this is part of it for the Hall of Fame, and but it's everybody else that was there before as well, because it's, you start a career in racing, it's really hard to make it up the ladder. Every steps are really difficult, and I had a lot of people helping me all through my career so far, and great people, and I just thank them. Huge thanks to them, because it's a big team effort all the way through it. So hey, I'm not done racing. I want to keep winning races for WeatherTech and Benmar. I want to keep winning more championship. I mean, my team at Dumoulin competition is doing an outstanding work.
Definitely.
My brother JF, I mean, worked really hard to get more racing next season, and then I mean, everybody's serious about it. We were testing lately, and I think we can. We're looking forward to 2021 to go get more of this.
Excellent.
Great news, Steve. You started your career in the Pinty Series not so long ago. We say 2011? I'd say it was. You guys started around.
Well, I started doing the NASCAR racing in 2009, but just really partial, events, like just road courses and just a couple of road courses. I was not doing full time at all in 2009. 2010, a couple more. 2011, we did, I think, 7 races on the full chain, like 7 on 13 or 7 on 14 races, enough to win the Rookie of the Year that year. Mm-hmm. And that's where I met David McNeil from WeatherTech in the U.S. And then he said he wanted to talk with Tony Page and Joe Magri from WeatherTech Canada about a possibility of having some sponsorship going for 2012. So we started the first time full season in 2012 after winning the Rookie of the Year with WeatherTech and Benmar, and it was outstanding for me. To have the full ride, it was a dream come true for sure. And I was a road course guy. I've never done any oval before that. And I've done Daytona road course. I had done Homestead road course, and then like Fontana road course, and all kind of roval. But I've never been on really like a short track oval racer. And believe me, my first race was Barrie, Ontario in 2011. Oh, how is
trial by fire?
That was something. From road courses, I had my road course car kind of built into an oval car with the help of Billy Burns and Vic Dicker and my guys at the shop, trying to make it, because we were doing well in the Rookie of the Year championship. So we're like, let's try to make those ovals so we can keep the rookie points up. So anyways, went to Barrie, Ontario for my first race. It was interesting. But anyways, here we are. I've done way more ovals since then, and then I think we are getting decent at it. I mean, decent enough to win championships, and then win a couple races here and there. So I mean, we always need to improve, and then here we are 9 years later, 2 championships and fair amount of good results. And we're not done though. We're not done.
I'd say you are pretty decent at it. Yeah, it kind of helped you en route to your 2 championships. Kind of getting your team, like Dumoulin Competition, up to what it is today, getting the people in places. Yeah, I'd like you to talk about Jessica Menard, if you could, as well, and what she means to you guys and the team. It seems like every time I see her at the track, I feel like I don't necessarily want to go. I go and say a quick hello to her, but she's always busy and running around doing things. She must be valuable to you guys.
She is big time, Jessica, and then the whole team around her, because she pretty much she has her own unit of people working with her, Annabelle, right, and many other people works with Jessica, and then she now has a lot going on, other drivers as well. Mm-hmm. And then especially Raphael Lassar right now she works with. And she's doing an outstanding job. She started with us. She was new at racing. She didn't know much about racing, but that's a long time ago. And we were already friends. And she's a very smart woman and very dedicated on what she's doing. And she worked like relentlessly, like she never stopped. And here we are. She helps a ton on everything around us, and then it's a huge deal there. We're very blessed.
It just shows that having the right people in the key roles is a key to any successful type of business. And I mean, a race team is a business, no doubt about it. So I kind of have a real respect for you and JF and everybody that you have. Just a bunch of hardcore workers and racers that are making a go of racing as a business. It's really cool.
It is. I mean, if there's anything you can tell, the kids that wants to make it up the ladder in racing, you really have to make sure to surround yourself with the right people to make it up the ladder, because it's a tough world, and there's a lot of curveball, and you need the right people around you to help you and then make it up the ladder again. Yeah.
So you started, maybe not in the Pinty Series. I think where we would kind of know your JF from, you guys did sports cars. Where did the idea to go NASCAR Pinty Series racing come from? And because ultimately it's worked out for you guys. It's worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the idea, of course, at the beginning was a bit of, friends that, Paul Corbet and then Claude Masson and then Mike. I mean, there's a couple of our really close friends that wanted to help in our career. JF was already in sports car doing endurance racing. He won the 24-hour Daytona twice. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 Rolexes, those little, anyways. And then, I was from Formula Cars, and then at one point we're like always looking for sponsors. And then the big deal about NASCAR is they are behind the teams, they are behind the drivers, they are helping on the marketing side of it. And for the sponsor, you can create a win-win deal with them. You have more opportunity with NASCAR to really get a good exposure for sponsors with the TV package, with all the magazine, with everything that's around the marketing package of NASCAR is great. So that's what and we love the cars. We love the kind of racing as well. For us at the beginning, it was more about just a road course, but JF bought a car from Stickley. I think it's 2008 or 7. Yep. He bought a car from Scott, and then we started like that. And then with his own money, not much money, and then found some sponsorship. And then the year after, I had a car with sponsors and all that, and then worked our way up that way. And at the beginning, of course, there was a lot of people helping to get the equipment, to get it's just there's so much involved with behind a race team. It's not just a car that shows up at the racetrack like that. I mean, there's tons and tons of hours and work and money in the shop to make this deal happen. Because especially in NASCAR, you got road course car, but you have as well the oval car, and then you need the spare car, spare parts. You need to prep these things. You need to test to make it better. There's so many things behind the scene that that's very important to build.
You're gonna need a dirt car too.
Yeah. I mean, that's I'm excited about that, by the way.
Oh man, that broke my heart not being able to go to that this year. I hope that stays on tap for next season.
Yeah, indeed. It was a huge bummer. I mean, my brother and I, we didn't start with karting. We didn't have the opportunity to do that. We had no money for it. My dad used to race a lot with his brother, as I told you. But in the years we started, my dad scrapyard little Volkswagen Rabbit and Renault 5. I had a Renault 5. JF had a Volkswagen Rabbit.
Awesome.
And we were racing on ice on the lake there by TR, and that's the way we started racing sideways with having a lot of fun. So I was like, oh, I mean, it's not the same on dirt, but it's part of it is going to be there, and I was looking forward to it. So we'll see next season if we can get that track back. I'm pretty sure it's going to be back.
Nice.
So,
I know JF isn't with us, but I kind of wanted to talk about Spectra Premium though too. Like you guys kind of have a business to business sort of relationship, right? Like it's real field testing for their products. That's got to be a pretty cool arrangement you guys have.
Yeah, we had great testing for Spectra. I think Spectra is on the Spectra is doing other stuff right now, but we did the testing with Spectra for the radiator, and that radiator is doing a great job. So
nice.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
So JF has done Rolex 24. I gotta ask you, when's LP gonna take his chance in winning that Rolex 24 watch?
I did a couple of times. I think I did the 24. I did it 3 times. I did it in the sports car, in the GT car twice, and I did it in the Daytona prototype as well, which is a really cool car to drive around Daytona. So, but you know what? It didn't turn my way when I did the 24. So I guess maybe one day I'll get another chance to do it, and maybe the third Rolex is there. I mean, that's maybe going to be mine. We'll see. But we actually the year we signed with WeatherTech in 2012. I had the chance to do the 12-hour of Sebring.
Yes, you did.
With Cooper McNeil and then Lee Keen. And we finished second that year. Almost won the thing. Yeah, great co-driver. Great
23.
Yeah. Finished second that year. 2012. So it was a great deal. A lot of fun. Sebring is a tough track, fast track, really bumpy, really dark at night. It's not like Daytona at night. Yep. And then remember that year we still had those Audi, the prototype Audi.
Yes.
And I mean, I think there was 4 of them, and they always followed each other. And then you go very fast with a GT3 Cup car, and then you got those Audi going around you in corner 17 at Sebring. It was like, whoa, you don't see them coming. There's really fast cars, so great experience, a lot of fun.
So the endurance part of it, I have to ask because to me is so fascinating. Endurance races. Because it's not 2 hours. We're talking 24. So what type of preparation did you have to go through to be able to race that? And how does it work? Are you up all 24 hours or are you able to sleep?
Well, the thing at Daytona is you get you have motorhomes in the middle of the track that you can go try to sleep, but the cars are going around, they're going around you because you're in the middle of the track. So there's a lot of noise. Earplugs, no earplugs, you still hear the cars, and the adrenaline is way up. Like when you're done with your stint, you have to calm yourself down a ton to get ready for the next one, and but you prep physically like a ton on that too. You have to be fit, very fit, and then you have to eat well. You do your stuff, your routine. There's sometimes depends on the team. You might do it with 3, 4, or 5 drivers. I think the right number is probably 4. But at the end of the day, it's a long race, and the team is getting a big beat as well because everybody's awake. Like the crew is mainly awake for 24 hours, have to be ready for anything at any time. It might rain. It actually often rain in Daytona during the 24 hours. So you got to be good on both, wet or dry, and be ready for crazy weather. So I loved it. And anytime I wish I could do it again. I mean, I keep myself very fit. I mean, I'm willing anytime to get back in that kind of stuff. But lately, it's been WeatherTech, Benmar, NASCAR, Pinty's focus for me.
Well, it definitely seems to be working out for you. It sort of goes with racing, but I wanted to talk about it before the end of the show because we want to start with racing and end with racing. But I wanted to just touch on your cancer initiatives that you guys are a part of all the time. It's a cause that's it's dear to my family. With the loss of Brandon White and your friend Lynn a couple of years back there, it's just, I would respect for you guys doing that, and just if you wanted to talk a little bit about that, that'd be great.
Hey, again, for us, it's just logical, just normal. We lost. Unfortunately, the list is getting longer every year. I mean, we have this year, yes, Brandon, but I have many other friends, close friends that passed actually this year. And then during COVID time, I mean, that thing doesn't stop, man. It's
No.
It's but it started because we have, we always want to do something for a cancer foundation, and then my aunt and then very close friends pass after dealing with cancer, and then we were like, let's try to do something, and then we started up like I think now 5 years ago, and then we raised like pretty nice number, like amount of money that people was really generous to give. And then so what we do is we go across country, let the people sign the trunk of the car for $20, and then they kind of jump in with us on that race against cancer. And then yes, last year Brendan had his car with his campaign with cancer as well, and then unfortunately Brendan passed in July. So it's hard on everybody. It's just it's not easy. And that foundation, what they do is they come to help family for like if they need a room when they go to another place to get treatment, or they get psychological support, and then they do get a lot of like massage and things for the people that deals with it. And there's so many help they give with that foundation. It's outstanding. So this year wasn't easy, but we still had some people helping and do some very nice donation. And believe me, we're not keep going with that.
That's good. We I just thank you for talking about that. We'll bring the beat back up, but I just wanted to say thank you for all you do with that type of thing, and it was nice that we got to kind of hear your message about that.
Yeah, I got a great team behind me doing a lot of work to help on that. It's a big vehicle, and yeah, very proud of them.
Yeah, amazing. LP, you've kind of come from a kind of a spot running partial races. All of a sudden, 2 years in, you win a championship. You win a championship again. You've got 2 championships already. You get Raphael to start in a car. He wins in his very first start. I mean, what does the future hold for Dumoulin competition? Are you bringing in more names? Do you think that's something that you guys are going to be a part of the series for doing?
Of course, that's the plan. That's the goal. We want to help. We want to make sure we can provide good cars to kids or other people that wants to get involved in this series. I mean, we want to get. I wouldn't say we want to get bigger. It's not about being bigger. It's more about giving some good cars to people that wants to be part of that championship. If it's a full ride or like a couple races here and there, we can provide very good equipment. We have 2 guys full-time in the shop, plus when the season kicks in, we have even more guys full-time in the shop. So we know we can provide very good material. Now, Raphael came to the series first race and you won. And then I was leading that race for a while, and I won.
Yes, you were.
Okay, all right. He's right behind you now. Clear by 2, clear by 1. Okay. He's getting there. So kids really good, but there's more kids. There's other guys that can come in our series and do well. I think Raphael can tell you he did. He did 3 Rivers after that, and he probably can tell you that it's super competitive in the NASCAR Pinty Series. We have great teams, great drivers, and we have to be proud of that. That Pinty's NASCAR series is very competitive and very good, and I'm having a blast driving in that series, and I hope we're going to have more and more people getting in to it because the show is good. I mean, of course, sometimes you're the one giving it. Sometimes you're the one giving it. But, NASCAR racing, But but
sometimes you're the bat, sometimes you're the ball.
Part of the game. But again, like I really wish we can keep going. And that year, the COVID year, was tough for everybody. We were actually in a good ramp there, I think, with the series, and a lot of we had a great news, like the dirt racing, and then NASCAR worked really hard to give even more prize money, and even
Yes.
like we had 5 road courses. We had a really nice schedule in 2020. But I'm proud of what they did on at least giving us a couple races this season. So we go into the winter, and we had some, we had the chance to trade some paint in 2020. So then we can go in the winter saying, all right, let's let's go. And then Hathaway won that championship, like the short championship, the men cave. So we had something to keep a smile on for the next season, and hopefully we're going to get back to something more normal for the next season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. Your 2020 season and what Pinty's and Sherry and everybody at the series did to get a product out to us fans.
Awesome.
Cam and I have voiced our appreciation to the powers that be and Joel and everybody at TSN as well that were able to bring it to us. It was the best of a bad situation, as you said. I mean, everybody was working in such tight guidelines, and the fact that we were able to even see some sort of racing was nice. I mean, was it terrible that we weren't at the track? You bet it was, because it was kind of a double-edged sword watching you guys on TV and not being there and camping and being at the track.
We've missed you all. It was you guys, all the media people, all the fans. We've missed everybody. It was not the same. It is not something that we want to keep going that way, but at least we had something going. And and again, it's about the team as well. Like they need to keep going. Like it's a big organization. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of money involved. You need to be at the track. You need to keep the ball rolling to stay alive. So no, I'm glad. I mean, of course, we wanted it to be different, but we got that. It's fine. We're going to move on to 2021 now.
Mm-hmm.
You had one heck of a start to the season this year in what was one of the craziest finishes. You've actually had a couple of them where you ended up as the winner. One at CTMP with Ranger and Lacroix getting into it, and you snuck on by. Same for the race at to begin the season at, I believe it was Sunset Speedway, and you kind of came out on top of that one. What type of finishes are you a fan of? Do you like that chaos and that craziness, or are you okay with being out there by a huge margin?
Well, I like both. I mean, you never know. I mean, the thing is, I saw what was happening, and I was, if I remember well, I was starting inside, and I couldn't put the power down. And it was really hard for me to get good starts. And that's why I had a hard time to fight for the lead a couple of times at Sunset, that race. Mm-hmm. And then that last restart, if I remember well, I was outside and I had a decent one, and I got some action with Taylor, and then that took away that spot that was close enough to maybe fight for the win, and then Lacroix Hathaway got involved into another one because they had a couple won that same race. So, and I was coming with a lot of speed. So, Lacroix got sideways. There was nowhere to go for me, and then ended up being a good thing for us, and we won the race. But we had a fast car that day. We had a car to fight for the win. We were actually this season we had to draw the qualification spot, and I guess I'm not good at drawing. I always picked up like 15, 14, 12, 10. And I was always like 10 and above.
It was rough.
10 and above at every start. So that was that was not easy, but we worked our way back up and finished our second race though at Sunset. It was we had a big mechanical failure there, so it's okay. It's part of the game. But on the short championship like that, when you have like a DNF, it's you cannot make yourself back to the
game over.
So we were going for the win. We tried a lot of stuff this season. I think we found a lot of things on the oval program. That was the good thing about it this season is we had time to just focus on one car, one program.
Yeah,
and I think it paid off a fair amount, and I think we're gonna get even better over the winter.
Well, from ovals, like we say, we hope that this COVID business kind of gets flattened out by next season. You're a GP, you're a Three Rivers native. Can you just, I would love to hear more about the event itself. I mean, we go to CTMP every May, and that's like our speed fest in Ontario for the kickoff of the season. But we'd love to come out there for a road trip some summer and see that GP3R because it looks awesome.
It is outstanding. I mean, I've raced there since 1998, I think. My first race at the Three Rivers Grand Prix, and I mean, my parents' place is about 5 minutes from there. Like, and then I used to go run that track all the time, just dreaming about maybe one day driving it, you know. And then 1998, I had my chance to do it. And before that, I was working on cars, you know, with my dad being a racer as well as a mechanic. He was doing both. You know, my dad is a mechanic. He's first a gym teacher, and he became a mechanic teacher. So, anyways,
nice.
We were always around cars and helping him on the teams, and then dreaming about racing one day. And then since '98, that was every year I was racing at the Three Rivers Grand Prix, and you know, we got a lot of, you know, podiums and wins, and very proud of that. And it's great, but I love Motorsport. Don't get me wrong, Motorsport is. CTMP is my type of track as well. I like that, especially for our cars. You know, CTMP is like that. You can stretch your legs. You know what I'm saying? Like you can give her, and then that car loves the track too. Like you can, you know, use the horsepower, lean in those fast corners, and then the whole organization at CTMP are really cool. So it's a great track to go.
It's your win, and like you said, with when you were talking with my boys, when you won there in 2019, and JF was there right there with you on the podium. That was like almost like a Dale Earnhardt winning the Daytona 500 moment for me. I was kind of tearing up watching the race on TV. that had to feel so good winning in your home track, and such a meaningful year to your race team, being the 50th anniversary, and for the event itself too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, everybody after the race were telling us you would have want to write a scenario like the movie scenario. You couldn't write it better than that. It was just outstanding. Yeah. I mean, we had a blast, and we'll remember that one forever. That's for sure.
I bet.
One thing I remember especially about the finish of that race was how loud the crowd was when you came by to win that. People forget, I think, that, you know, race fans, we love when something cool like that happens. And to see how big of a crowd is at Three Rivers every year, that to me is so underrated and underappreciated. I think if we had a Cup Series event coming back to Montreal, I'm just putting it out there, would be one hell of a show. And I mean, because the Pinty Series, they're not alone up there. There's other competitive series that race on that track. And the fact that we've seen that Kerry Mix and Andrew Ranger going one over each other. We've seen you come through with your brother on the podium, and the emotion and the excitement in the air. Three Rivers is one of the top tracks in Quebec. But what's another one that maybe you don't go to in the Pinty Series? Because there's tons of hidden gems that I don't know if everybody knows about.
Oh, wow. And you mean in Quebec?
In Quebec.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got Mont Tremblant. It's a track that we've been it would be outstanding to go to Tremblant. I mean, JF, my brother, and I, we've been raised there pretty much, you know, and we've teach a ton there. We've coached a ton there. We've raced a ton there. It's an outstanding track. It's a beautiful area. I would love to go one day race our Pinty's car there. That's for sure.
You just talked about your driving instructing duties. What types of cars and stuff do you do? Can you talk a little bit about that too?
Yeah, we do. We've been doing it for a long time, JF and I. It's part of our job. I mean, we've always been coaching. I started coaching in 2005, I think, with Patrice Brisebois.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a hockey player. He won the Stanley Cup in '93 with Montreal Canadiens, and then he became a very good friend. Breezer he's a heck of a driver as well. And anyway, so I started coaching him, and then afterwards I've been coaching the Ferrari Challenge Series. You probably know about Ferrari Challenge. They're really fast cars, very big cars.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been coaching in that series since 2005, and I've coached as well into the Porsche GT3 Cup car. You've got those. We had a Canadian series of that. We had an American series of it with the IMSA, and I've been coaching in that series as well. And then that's pretty much. I mean, did a Ferrari driving experience for 12 years as well. We had that school in Tremblant, always all new Ferraris, and then that was a private school. So I've done a lot of that, and but now it's mainly private coaching that I do for Ferrari and Porsche.
Oh, so you wheel stock cars, you can wheel Ferraris and Porsches. You're living the dream, brother. That's awesome.
Yeah. So thank God.
Oh, that's really cool.
You were able to teach Patrice Brisebois. You're able to coach him. He was in the Pinty Series for a little bit. I gotta say that the cool factor is out there for LP, not just as a driver, but your car owner for many years. Somebody by the name of Marc-Andre Bergeron. Is this the Marc-Andre Bergeron from the NHL? And how the heck did you get that situation together?
Yeah, I mean, Marc-Andre is a longtime friend of us since 2000. And then his agent, Paul Courbet from Paraf Sports Management, is a very good friend of us as well. And he's been our agent, JF and I, as well for all those years. And so we met through Paul. And then when I started racing, Marc-Andre wanted to help, got involved with us. He's part of the partners in Dumoulin competition. And then I took his number, 47. That's his number he had when he played in HL. And then since then, he's my car owner. And then we've been through a lot of cool stuff together. And then here we are. I mean, lately, we don't have the time to see each other as much because of COVID. I mean, it's kind of tricky for everybody, but we have a lot of good stories. And then, yeah, so it's part of Dumoulin competition. And then he's a really cool guy. He had a really good slap shot. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yes, he did.
Had a really quick one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that the just how cool of a story that is. Not just that you're a race car driver, but that your team owner or the guy that owns your car was an NHL player. That's amazing. We need to see some more of that. I was saying to DJ Kennington, we need to get Joe Thornton now that he's part of the Maple Leafs. Get him competition between you boys, eh? Get the Leafs versus the Canadians on the track, man. I would love that.
That's cool. Exactly.
So we have to talk about the rest of the series, okay? The Pinty Series. We know we talked about Montreal. We talked about Montreal Blanc. We'd love to see that. We talked about CTMP. Of the tracks that you currently go to, which is if you were going to say you're going to instruct somebody that's coming brand new to the series, which is the hardest one to get to know? Because it could be easy to overdrive, easy to wreck.
I mean, the thing is with driving cars, it's like if you go on ovals, it's a one thing to drive around. Yeah, of course, it's an oval, but oval is really hard on you have to be on the setup. You have to understand where the groove is. You have to understand, where you need to position the car. There's a couple bumps and this and that. Sometimes the asphalt is not the same at some spot. You need to know what to expect from the car for the long run, and a lot of it's such a different driving style and different package on the setup there. So it's one thing on oval. On road course, to learn a track is very important. You can drive around the track and learn the track, and now you know it fine. But to go get all the little hinges here and there, your braking points. I mean, Motorsport is a really tough track to go fast at. I mean, you need to be comfortable with speed. You need to be comfortable with speed, being back on the power early, and but a track to me, it's hard for a lot of drivers is 12 EDI because it's all in between walls.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's like driving a car is a lot about visual and vision. You need to know where you want to go. Car, you know, you got to look very far ahead. You got to look where you want to go. But at a track like Three Rivers, it's very hard to have a visual point to look at because it's all in between walls. There's a lot of distraction for the eyes because there's like stop signs and this sign and this and all kinds of stuff around the track that's there all year round for the streets. Like Toronto is the same. Toronto is like Three Rivers. It's very hard to drive Toronto because there's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of lines on the asphalt. So visually wise, it's easy to get distracted and not looking at the right thing. So I don't know if that answered the question. I mean, if you need to teach someone how to drive a car, first thing first, and everybody, all race car driver know, first thing first is vision. It's very important.
I think to tie that back into like you're just like the series itself, I think that's what makes you guys so good is the different variety. Like you have to have, if you're going to compete for the championship, you have to have a handle on what it takes to go fast on an oval. Like you said, finding the groove and having the right setup, but also on the road and street courses to understand hitting your marks like that and putting the power down and not just stuffing it into the wall or whatever. But it's what, like you said, what makes the series so competitive and what makes us respect you guys for what you do, because when you guys are flat out wheeling those things, I know for me as an operator, I mean, the construction equipment, but watching you guys like take that speed and hold on to it, it's awesome. I love it.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
The room for error in Trois Rivières is very little.
It's very little.
Very little.
Yeah.
Whereas you have a bit more room to work with at CTMP, right? You got a little bit of runoff room. I don't know if everybody knows, but I believe you have run the truck race in the Xfinity, or sorry, the at CTMP. Am I correct with that or no?
I've never done the truck race there. No, never done
Okay,
it.
so here's the official press release. We need to get LP in the CTMP race for the trucks, okay? I've been saying this for a while, that the guys in the Pinty Series, Graydon, I think you and I, we talk about this all the time. LP, we've seen it now. Alex Labbé in the Xfinity Series right now. Rafael Lessard's down there. We know Caden Lapsevich is trying his luck. Is the Pinty Series overlooked a lot of the times for talent? Because it seems like it's taken a long time for people to realize we have really, really good drivers up here.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say how it works, but one thing I can tell you is when I look at the drivers we have, all, from Canada, from US that comes to our races, and, some people from the US that comes to our races, or our guys that goes to the US here and there sometime, I think that we have a very, very good package, team-wise, series-wise, and driver-wise, because very often the guys, from us, from our series goes in the U.S. and look really good, and some of the U.S. guy comes to our series, they look really good too. But it's like if I compare, we don't, it's right there, we're right there. So that tells me, let's keep pushing hard for our series to stay healthy, to stay, to get bigger and bigger, and then keep pushing for our side as well. And then if we can push some kids to go to the U.S. sometime to get a good car, and then a good opportunity to look good over there. I mean, that's awesome. I like it a lot. I mean, I like the fact that that's the thing with NASCAR, and that's really cool, is the guys are never scared of coming from, like, guys from the truck or the Xfinity comes back to the Pinties, and they're always really cool. I mean, if he's not cool, it's because he's not cool. That's it, period. Because, a lot of them are really nice. They respect us, and they race us the same way that they would in the U.S. So that's the good thing about NASCAR, is you can go from one series to the other. Cup goes to the Xfinity Cup. I mean, that's been like that for a long time. I mean, now it's different with all this stuff happening, but I think that's really cool for the fans to see that. You know, sometimes you can shuffle cards a bit and see what would happen.
Well, I just wanted to just say, as a fellow dad, you're always so good with the kids, like all the kids at the autograph sessions on the track.
Amazing.
They love your energy. I mean, you obviously like spending time with your kids and doing stuff on the bikes and everything, like you said. You're such a good representative for the series as a two-time champion. Yeah, we did miss you going to the tracks this year and seeing you in the autograph session, because we always got to go see LP.
I mean, the kids, when I see their face and I see they're there just watching the cars, watching the drivers and the whole deal, and they're all like, a lot of time they're like, they have big eyes and they're so like passionate about cars.
Yes.
And I see myself, or I see my kids like that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, come over, look at this thing, talk to me, you know, like I want them to feel comfortable, because that's racing, you know. If the fans are not there, the kids are not there, and you know, they're dream big, and you never know what's gonna happen. So it's cool. I mean, I love to spend time with them and spend time with the fans, and yeah, can't wait to be back to more normal racing soon.
Absolutely.
We've had this conversation, actually, Graydon and I remember it being a very long, when we were talking about people that we wanted on the show, and it was LP right up there. And I had the same thing. I met you at Jacasa last year, and I couldn't stop admiring how well you did with the kids. And it's not just that they're there with their families, but those are the future fans. You know, those are the guys that are going to keep the series going. And I remember being 10 years old, meeting guys in the CASCAR series, and it was the same way. It was, these guys are awesome. They're cool. You get a hero card. We got our hero cards up behind us. You know,
nice.
WeatherTech actually has that really cool, like a floor liner, the little tiny ones that you were signing out last year.
Yeah.
What I love about the series is that you guys are able to meet the fans. Fans are able to go out on the track, to get a picture with the car, to meet the driver. Is that something that you think motorsports needs to have? Even the big ones of NASCAR in the Cup Series, you don't really get that much interaction that close. Is that something that they need?
I mean, yes, and that's I think it's a strength of those series, and what we can do is being really close to fans and have those moments we can exchange and talk, and you know, as you said, you know, they're there. If their fans are not there, we don't have, you know, we need them at the track. We need them to watch on TV as well, and it's big. It's part of it. And then, you know, in the Cup, they're doing their best as well with the amount of people they have there, and then to make it safe for everybody as well. So, yeah, and I think that's a big reason why there's so much good stuff about sponsorship and marketing in this series is we can stay close to the fans and stay close to people. It's a warm environment. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely want to try and that's what me and, you know, Graydon, that's what we want, is we want to build this series just like how you said, you know, trying to get those companies that maybe don't know anything about it to come be a part, you know, sponsor a car for a race, sponsor a series, you know, even though you guys got WeatherTech and you got Belmar, you know, there's always spots on the car that you can sneak in another logo in there, you know, companies are definitely out there. But we've talked a lot about your racing career and about what's going on. But who do you follow in terms of racing? What do you like to watch?
Oh, well, I do watch a lot of racing, and then of course with the kids, and you know, we don't have the same amount of time we used to for now. But I follow everything. I follow F1. I follow IndyCar. I follow IMSA. You know, all the endurance racing. I follow Formula One. I told you, but NASCAR, of course, and then all the NASCAR stuff. You know, from when I was kids, and then you know what? There's other stuff that I really would like to watch is the MotoGP.
Yes,
I've got so much respect for those guys. That's just crazy.
That's craziness.
I mean, that's just outstanding. And then There's all kinds of stuff I like to watch, and yeah, I mean it's part of our
Live it and
life
cruise it.
forever. Yeah, exactly.
We like to. You've kind of touched on your sponsors and everything, but you want to just kind of give a general thank you to everybody that helps get LP to the track and your team.
Of course. I mean, I thank you to all my fans and people that's been around us. That's been helping that whole deal to happen, and then believing in us even when we didn't. Things are not always going right. The journey is not always easy, but you got people that keeps helping you and keeps pushing because they believe in you. They have the faith, and at one point it just opens up and things starts happening. So thanks to those people, they know their name, they know who they are. Of course, my family, my friends, everybody has been there. But my sponsor, WeatherTech, Benmar. I mean, it's for me. It was the rent that really helps. And then I want to win for those guys. I want to win so badly. I want it to be a win-win deal. And they know, like, they're friends. I mean, but they know that even if we're friends, I want to give the real business to them to make sure they get something out of that sponsorship and then partnership we have together. And then we're not done. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it big time. Thanks for having me today. And we're just working really hard right now to make sure we come back very strong in 2021.
I don't think we could end it any better than that. We want to thank LP Dumoulin, two-time champ, and now Hall of Famer, coming up fan side, racecanada.world. Definitely check us out. Check out LP Dumoulin and all of Dumoulin competition on social media. Give your support to them, and we want to get him in the truck race.
Hey, that would be great. Thanks to the Hall of Fame organization, all those guys that are behind them, and congrats to everybody that's inducted this year as well. It's outstanding.
Thanks a lot for being with us,
so
LP.
much, LP.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.